প্রশান্ত ওই এটা স্ক্রিনটা এসে গেছে, ঠিক আছে, ওকে। Good morning. Today we are going to do the chapter of narration. My name is Rahul, and I'm a senior English faculty with Vanik Kolkata. So we will do the chapter of narration. Right. Now, in this chapter of narration, what we are going to see is we are going to see the different types of narration. Right. So let's see what are the things in narration. The first thing in narration is direct speech. It's direct speech. Now, in direct speech, we will see what is a direct speech, right? Where a person quotes the actual words. The person quotes the actual words. So in direct speech, the person quotes the actual words. Right. So let's see how it happens. For example, Shamal said, Shamal said, comma, I am I am Shamal said, I am very busy now. Shamal said, Shubho, Shubho, I am so in a direct speech you do the quote the actual words, right? Shamal said, I am very busy now. In indirect or reported speech, which we call, right, it reports what someone said without quoting his or her actual words. Without quoting his or her actual words. Example is, Shamal said that he was busy then. Shamal said that he was busy then. Example, Shamal said that he was very busy then. When we use the actual words of the speaker, we use direct speech. When the actual words is quoted, then we use direct speech. When we interpret the words of the speaker in our own words, it is called indirect speech, right? So we will learn in narration the difference between direct and indirect speech and how do we use them in actual places. How do we use them in actual places? What are the general rules? One thing which we need to do is remove the quotation marks. Remove the quotation marks. Remove the quotation marks and use that in indirect speech. So in indirect speech, we need to use that. Quotation marks সরিয়ে দিতে হবে. If the reporting verb is in simple present tense or simple future tense, right? The reporting verb is never changed. This is the first rule. right? First we remove the quotation marks and we use that. If the reporting verb is in simple present or simple future, then the reporting verb is never changed. For example, Rohan says, Rakesh plays kabaddi. Rohan says, Rakesh plays kabaddi. So in that case, the reported speech or the indirect speech would be, Rohan says that Rakesh plays kabaddi. So here we see that from the quotation marks or the inverted commas in which we have put in the direct speech, that is Rohan says Rakesh plays kabaddi, we go to Rohan says that Rakesh plays kabaddi. Here the verb plays is not changing its form, right? It's not changing its form. Let's talk about another example. She will say Preeti is a good lady. So এখানে আমরা ফিউচারের কথা বলছি। She will say Preeti is a good lady. Here we are talking about the future. तो जब फ्यूचर के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, she will say that Preeti is a good lady. She will say that Preeti is a good lady. Here the tense form will not change. Here the tense form will not change. So she will say that Preeti is a good lady, right? So this is the first rule which we need to, this is the second rule. First rule is remove quotation marks and use that. जब हम चेंज करेंगे फ्रॉम डायरेक्ट स्पीच टू इनडायरेक्ट स्पीच, हम कोटेशन मार्क्स रिमूव करेंगे और वहां पर दैट करेंगे। रिपोर्टेड वर्ब अगर सिंपल प्रेजेंट या सिंपल फ्यूचर में है तो रिपोर्टिंग वर्ब कभी चेंज नहीं होता है। सो रोहन सेज राकेश प्लेज कबड्डी। रोहन सेज दैट राकेश प्लेज कबड्डी। शी विल से प्रीति इज अ गुड लेडी। शी विल से दैट प्रीति इज अ गुड लेडी। अभी हम लोग कुछ डायरेक्ट स्पीच और रिपोर्टेड और इनडायरेक्ट स्पीच का ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन देखेंगे, राइट? डायरेक्ट स्पीच में हम जब नाउ यूज करते हैं, व्हेन वी यूज नाउ, राइट, तो रिपोर्टेड स्पीच में नाउ चेंज होगा देन में। नाउ विल चेंज टू देन, या नहीं तो एट दैट टाइम, या नहीं तो एट दैट टाइम, राइट? इट विल चेंज टू एट दैट टाइम। टुडे जो है, टुडे विल चेंज टू दैट डे। टुडे विल चेंज टू दैट डे, और यस्टरडे, दैट डे और यस्टरडे। तो नाउ चेंज होके होगा देन रिपोर्टेड स्पीच या इनडायरेक्ट स्पीच में, या नहीं तो एट दैट टाइम, उस समय में। टुडे विल चेंज टू दैट डे। हमें टुडेटा रिपोर्टेड स्पीचे বা ইনডাইরেক্ট স্পিচে দ্যাট ডে হয়ে যাবে, আর নহলে ইয়েস্টারডে হবে, ডিপেন্ডিং সেন্টেন্সটা কীরকম। টোনাইট যেটা হবে, টোনাইটটা সিমিলারলি হয়ে যাবে দ্যাট নাইট, সেই রাত্রে, দ্যাট নাইট, বা ইট ক্যান বি লাস্ট নাইট, রাইট? সো লাস্ট নাইটও হতে পারে, দ্যাট নাইটও হতে পারে। তাহলে আমরা ডাইরেক্ট স্পিচ থেকে যখন এই ওয়ার্ডগুলো ডাইরেক্ট স্পিচে থাকবে, তখন আমরা দেখব যে এগুলোকে কিভাবে চেঞ্জ করে আমরা ইনডাইরেক্ট আর রিপোর্টেড স্পিচে করছি এবং সেটা চেঞ্জ হয়ে কি হচ্ছে, রাইট? সো টোনাইটটা দ্যাট নাইট হবে, ওকে? Direct speech, indirect speech, right? So এখানে আমরা দেখছি যে ডাইরেক্ট স্পিচ আর ইনডাইরেক্ট স্পিচের যে কম্প্যারিজনটা। তাহলে আমরা আগে দেখে নিই। ফার্স্ট রুল ইজ রিমুভ the quotation mark and use that in reported speech. এটা ফার্স্ট। সেকেন্ড হচ্ছে যে if reported speech is in simple past or simple future, তাহলে the verb is never changed. তার এর এক্সাম্পল কি দাঁড়াচ্ছে? এর এক্সাম্পল হচ্ছে রোহন সেজ, যেহেতু সেজ, রাইট, ওকে, রাকেশ প্লেজ কাবাডি। Rohan says Rakesh plays kabaddi, right? So this will become Rohan says that Rakesh plays kabaddi. So in reported speech এটা সেম থাকবে। Rohan says Rakesh plays kabaddi. Okay, so এটা reported speech সেম থাকবে। নেক্সট আমি যেটা বলছিলাম যে ডাইরেক্ট আর ইনডাইরেক্ট স্পিচের মধ্যে আমাদের কি চেঞ্জেস আছে। তাহলে লেটস ডু ওয়ান থিং। ডাইরেক্ট স্পিচ আর ইনডাইরেক্ট স্পিচে ওটা ট্রান্সফরমেশনটা কি হবে, রাইট? সো ডাইরেক্ট অ্যান্ড ইনডাইরেক্ট বা রিপোর্টেড স্পিচ। রিপোর্টেড স্পিচে এটা কি হবে? ডাইরেক্ট স্পিচে যদি, as I said, now, then, indirect speech it will be then, indirect speech it will be then, or at that time, or at that time, right? Next, today. If it is today, তাহলে that day, or yesterday, depending on the sentence. আমরা দেখব that day or yesterday. তারপরে হচ্ছে tonight. Tonight হলে যদি that day today হয় তাহলে that night. Tonight, that night, or last night. It will be that night or last night, right? Tomorrow হলে, this is important, এটা জেনে রাখতে হবে কারণ অনেক সেন্টেন্সে tomorrow দেওয়া থাকে। Tomorrow হলে the next day. In indirect speech or reported speech, it's next day or the following day, right? Or today, এর মধ্যে যে কোনো একটা হতে পারে। yesterday হলে কি হবে? yesterday হলে it will be, right, the day before, the day before. So yesterday में पहले होगा day before, the previous day. So day before or previous day in yesterday. Then last night. When it is last night, how does it change? Last night changes to the night before. The night before. Right? The previous night. The previous night. The previous night. The night before, the previous night would be for last night, right? The next one is this week. This week will be the last, that week or last week. That week or last week, right? Next is last month. Last month will be the month before, the month before. এগুলো জেনে রাখা ভালো করে দরকার, কারণ এগুলোর উপরেই আমরা ফার্দার রুলস গুলো ডিসকাস করব। The previous month, the month before, the previous month, right? Or maybe mention of a month. যেরম ধরো, right? In May, right? Last month. Next is next year. Next year. Next year will be the following year. Next year will be the following year. Or you can mention a year. Say in 2014. In 2014. Right? 2 minutes ago, direct speech है, अगर 2 minutes ago रहता है, 2 minutes ago, then वो change होके होगा 2 minutes before. It will be 2 minutes before, right? 2 minutes before, right? And in 1 hour, it will be like 1 hour later, because it is talking of future. I'll be there in 1 hour, right? So I'll be there 1 hour later, right? So these are the list of conversion or transformation from direct to indirect speech, जो कि हमें याद रखना जरूरी है, right? Next we come to the rules, right? So let's see 3A. Okay, the rule. So 3A, the rule. Okay. In case of direct to indirect speech, simple present tense changes to simple past tense. So simple present tense changes to simple past tense. Okay, so how it happens? Example. Example is, he said, comma, within quotation marks, I am in Mumbai. He said, I am in Mumbai, right? So it is in simple present tense. So when we are transforming the sentence to reported speech or indirect speech, he said that he was in Mumbai. He was in Mumbai, right? So here I am, simple present tense, simple present is being converted to, right, was simple past. So इस टाइप का सेंटेंस जब होगा तब हमें सिंपल प्रेजेंट टेंस को सिंपल पास्ट में कन्वर्ट करना है। right? Next, 3b. Present continuous tense changes to past continuous tense. Present continuous tense changes to past continuous tense. So first rule says simple present tense changes to simple past tense. আর আমরা দেখলাম যে he said I am in Mumbai, এখানে simple present tense ছিল, am টা was হয়ে গেল, তার মানে was হয়ে গিয়ে simple past হয়ে গেল। নাও এরকম যদি একটা সেন্টেন্স থাকে, he said, comma, he is traveling now. He said he is traveling now. Said he is traveling now. He said he is traveling now. Right. So here he is traveling now. So here we have is as the is verb, supporting verb, main verb traveling. They are in present continuous tense and now has been used. Right. So this will change to past continuous. So he said that he was he said that he was traveling then. So is changed to was and traveling then. So if we go to the last slide, now has been changed to then. Now in indirect speech is changed to then, right? So that's the reason we did the list. So he said he is traveling now. He said that he was traveling then. So simple present changes to simple past and present continuous changes to past continuous. फिर आगे देखेंगे, right? 3C, what it is saying? Present perfect tense changes to past perfect tense. Present perfect tense changes to past perfect tense. Right? Example is Kiran said, comma, he has done his job. Kiran said he has done his job. So you have present perfect tense has done, right? So how do we change it? Kiran said that he had done his job. So has done is changed to had done in the reported or the indirect speech. So to do a recap, simple present tense to simple past tense, right? Simple present tense to simple past tense, right? Present continuous change to past continuous tense, and then present perfect tense, past perfect tense. So these are the three things. Then next one, 3D. In every tense form, it is changing from present to past. Present perfect continuous tense, right, changes to past perfect continuous tense, right. What is the example? Barun said he has been avoiding responsibilities for years. So has been avoiding. We know that this is present perfect continuous. Has plus been plus avoiding. So he has been avoiding responsibility for years, right? Varun said that he had been avoiding responsibilities for years. In the reported speech or indirect speech, it is he had been avoiding responsibilities. So the present perfect continuous changes, the present perfect continuous changes to past perfect continuous tense. তো এরম ভাবে আমাদের চেঞ্জেস গুলো হলো ইন দ্য ইনিশিয়াল পার্ট অফ ন্যারেশন, রাইট। কিন্তু এখানে একটা জিনিস যেটা স্পেশাল নোট, the special note is the statements may not change in following cases. কোন কোন কেসেসে স্টেটমেন্ট চেঞ্জ করবে না? নাম্বার 1, if the statement is still relevant. If the statement is still relevant. For example, I know not his staying place. Ahmed said, right, ও কোথায় থাকে আমি জানি, I know his staying place. এখানে হবে I know, right, এটা কি হবে? Ahmed said that he knows his staying place. এখানে কিন্তু নোটা নোজ হলো, রাইট? কোনো টেন্স ফর্মে চেঞ্জ হলো না, প্রেজেন্ট টেন্সই থাকলো, right? So this is something. Next is, if the number 2 is, if the statement is a universal truth, the teacher said the earth is a blue planet. এবার এখানে সেন্টেন্সটা রয়েছে in simple present form. So if we look at any other simple present sentence, right? Shamoli said, I am losing money every day. So Shamoli said that she was losing money every day, right? কিন্তু এখানে যেহেতু Earth is a blue planet, is a universal truth, so we say the teacher said that the earth is, এখানে is a blue planet, right? So in these two cases we have to be careful, right, that they should not be used in any other tense form. Okay. Next, we will see with past tense. Previously we saw it with present tense. Now with past tense. Past tense, how does the narration happen? Past tense. Now, simple past tense right changes to past perfect tense. So these formula you have to keep in your mind. ये फॉर्मूला गुलो मने रखते भी, ये सब फॉर्मूला जो है ये हमें याद रखना पड़ेगा. So simple past changes to past perfect, right? कैसे होता है? He said, comma, he killed the cat he killed the cat. So this will change to he said that he had killed the cat. So here this is simple past. This simple past had killed is changing to past perfect. So in case of past tense, if the direct speech is in simple past, that he said he killed the cat, then it will change to past perfect and it will say he said that he had killed the cat. Okay. So now what happens to past continuous? Past continuous tense changes to past perfect continuous tense. Past perfect continuous tense. For example, Jayant said He was watching a movie. He was watching a movie, right? So this will change to Jayant said that he had been watching a movie. So was watching, past continuous. This will change to had been watching. So had been watching is past where you have had plus been plus perfect plus watching. So past perfect continuous tense. Past perfect continuous tense. Jan said that he had been watching a movie. So past had plus been plus watching, past perfect continuous tense. So what we saw in past tense is প্রথম সিম্পল পাস্টটা পাস্ট পারফেক্ট হয়ে যায় আর পাস্ট কন্টিনিউয়াসটা পাস্ট পারফেক্ট কন্টিনিউয়াস হয়ে যায় আর সেই জন্য হি কিল্ড দ্য ক্যাট হয়ে যাচ্ছে হ্যাড কিল্ড আর ওয়াজ ওয়াচিংটা হয়ে যাচ্ছে হ্যাড বিন ওয়াচিং রাইট next is no changes in sentences which are in past perfect or past perfect continuous tense. Past perfect continuous tense. এই দুটো ক্ষেত্রে past perfect আর past perfect continuous ক্ষেত্রে কোনো চেঞ্জ হবে না। For example, he said, comma, he had completed his task. Suppose this is the format of the sentence where we have a past perfect combination. So if it is a past perfect combination, then in the reported speech, he said that he had completed the task. So he had completed, here also it is had completed. So past perfect e kono form e change hoy na. Anamika said, past perfect continuous er form e dekhchi, they had been reading the book for past 2 hours. So when we do it in a reporting speech, Anamika said that they had been reading the book for past 2 hours. So the verb form does not change in the present continuous tense also. Hey, sorry, past perfect continuous tense. Now, this is the first part. So, if we do a recapitulation, let's go to the beginning. How does it change? What are the changes which happens? Now becomes then, right? So, let's see a few sentences, right? Today, that day, okay? Let's see a few sentences, right? The principal said, sorry, please stand up now, right? The principal said that the principal said, stand up now, because there are other rules जिससे मैं वो चीज बाद में बताऊंगा. The principal said to stand up then or at that time. So in reported speech this changes, right? Roshni informed Pooja is arriving today. So we have present continuous form, right? So we change it to Roshni informed that Pooja, simple present continuous is changing into past continuous, was arriving that day. So we are using that day here. We are using that day here, right? Is arriving, was arriving that day. Okay. Let's see another example. Manjeet said, the party happens tonight. So in this case, how do we change it? We say Manjeet said that the party happened that night. So simple present is changing to simple past. The party happened that night. Okay. So we are trying to just do a little revision of how we are using the different ones, right? Direct to indirect. Akram said, my friend is coming to my home this week. If we change it to reported speech, Akram said that his friend was coming to his home that week. Akram said that his friend was coming to his home that week, right? So like this, we have the different ways of dealing with direct and indirect speech. Okay, so this is the list, and this is how we change the speeches. So let's see. Simple present tense, once again a recap, changes to simple past tense. He said I am in Mumbai. He said that he was in Mumbai. So simple present tense to simple past tense. Present continuous tense to past continuous tense. He said he is traveling now. He said that he was traveling then. So this is what it is, right? Present perfect tense changes to past perfect. Hiran said he has done his job. Hiran said that he had done his job. Present perfect continuous tense changes to past perfect continuous tense. Varun said he has been avoiding responsibilities for years. Varun said that he had been avoiding responsibilities for years. Note, statements may not change in case it is still relevant. I know his staying place. एखोनो ओखाने थाकछे, वो अभी भी वहां रह रहा है. Ahmed said that he knows his staying place. यहाँ पर tense form कोई change नहीं हो रहा है. If the statement is a universal truth, the teacher said the earth is a blue planet. Universal truth होने से वो statement change नहीं होता है, right? Then we saw some of this thing, and उसी के ऊपर हमने example देखा. The principal said that stand up now, okay, and the principal said to stand up that time. Roshni informed Pooja is arriving today. Roshni informed that Pooja was arriving that day. Manjeet said the party happens tonight. Manjeet said that the party happened that night. So this is the first part of the narration chapter. We have a lot more to discuss, so we will discuss.